Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is part 10 of how I married a man that didn't exist. So if you're seeing this for the first time, that means you need to start from part 1. The playlist should be in the description, so you go for it. For those of you that are up to date, let's go.
Part 10 of How I Married a Man That Didn't Exist. Gonna be the
Look
last
at
part for this
makeup.
morning. I gotta go. So, the week was progressing. I saw that he did this really weird thing with taking the phone and like going into either the hallway or the bedroom area. I was watching my security camera. I did see he was also like sleeping a lot. So I would check in and make sure the little girl was okay. I also had her phone number, so I would call and text her while I was at work. So we were just spending all this time together, but that just kind of sit funny in my stomach, just the whole phone thing. Now, we had a conversation, and he brought this up, not me. He had made the comment of, I don't have anything to hide. I just want to let you know what my phone passcode is. And he told me what his
The way he's always coming forward with information unprovoked is what I don't understand. Why are they always like this? Oh, God.
phone code was. And I was like, not doing the going through phones thing. I have enough problems. Like, I want to trust you. I don't want to be the type of person while you are asleep, I'm sneaking over and grabbing your phone and whatever. But at that point, I thought it was an honest gesture. I thought it was, okay, well, he genuinely doesn't have anything to hide because he would not give me his phone password otherwise. So, fast forward, this week ends, and they end up leaving on whatever day it was, I don't remember, and they were going to Connecticut. So, they had stayed the entire time up until the trip. So, when he and his daughter left, they drove back over to the west coast of Florida, and as soon as they got back, they were loading up and they were leaving with the mom and the two other girls to go to Connecticut. So, there was not a gap of time in between.
Still no work for him up until this time. Is this still the PTO? Hmm.
They had been driving, and they had been driving for quite a while. And I was in communication with him. I was in communication with his mom during this time, and just checking in on them, seeing how the trip was going. He and I video chatted quite a bit while he was, on the road. Him and his mom were taking turns driving, although I think she was driving more than he was, and she would later tell me that really annoyed her. So they ended up stopping.
Just imagine a son and his mother on a road trip, and the mother is the one driving more than the son. He shouldn't have even allowed the mother to drive to start with because she's an old woman. Like the man was displaying so many irritating character that's annoying. I don't know how people put up with men like that. Honestly, nah.
At a hotel for the night. Don't remember where they ended up. Maybe in Pennsylvania somewhere. I'm not sure. And they are at a hotel. They got 2 rooms. The grandma and like 1 or 2 of the girls, and then he and another one of the girls. So they had like 2 spaces. I checked my spam folder on Facebook, and I happened to see I had a message from someone we're going to call E. And
Okay.
she had sent it was 10:41 at night. I looked last night because I come with the receipts. I have screenshots of so much shit in my phone. This is what the message said. Hey, what's up? You and Rob together? ? I just wanted to let you know, woman to woman, Rob has been dating and living with my sister for months now. They were still together and didn't break up. He isn't telling you the truth. Just wanted to let you know.
Could it be that woman? I called it, guys. The way she was acting, banging the door, screaming. That is not a character from somebody that is just not into a relationship with that man. And why is the mother allowing this kind of activity in the house where she's staying? I don't even understand. Maybe they are living in another different apartment.
So, of course, I get this, and I had this sinking feeling in my stomach. I feel like I'm going to throw up, and I'm not sure how I want to handle this. I did text her back, and we had an exchange, and it was something along the lines of, do you know, I said, who was your sister? And she said, Kay. Remember the roommates, Kay and T? So I said, oh, really? I said, do you know somebody named T, which was the other roommate? And she goes, yeah, like I've heard his name before. He is my sister's roommate. So the story was, Kay and Rob were a couple living in her home that he claimed to have owned. And T was a random person, a roommate in the house, when originally it was set up to me that Kay and T were a couple in his home. So, and mind you, we had addressed this when we had our conversation on the lanai about the lying about owning the home. At no point did he bring up Kay. At no point did he bring up other than they were roommates at that point, and he was renting the room. He did not say anything about being in a relationship with this woman. So I asked her, I said, well, do you have proof? I wanted to see. So she said, hold on, let me ask my sister. And then she came back with some screenshots. And the screenshots were from very recently they happened during the span of them being at my home. And it wasn't.
Could it be that time he was looking at the camera, texting and dropping his phone?
Exchange between Rob and Kay, and they were very obviously involved. She was very upset. She was pissed. He wasn't like answering the phone. He wasn't picking up. She was like threatening to kick him out. I'm done. I can't do this with you anymore. And he is like begging, please, no, I'm so sorry. I don't want to lose you. I'm sorry I fucked things up. I love you.
And the reason why he's saying all that to her because of the house. It's possible he doesn't even have any work, so there's no income. He's not earning. She's the one housing him. And I will say this again. Why is it that it's always the women in the US? It's always them that house the men. Why? Why do you guys tolerate that? Like, nah.
And so the sister was like, you know, up until a couple days ago, he was calling Kay his wife. And I was like, that's interesting considering he's been at my house for the last 5 days. And she said, well, they FaceTimed yesterday or whenever it was, she said. I'm like, oh. So I already knew. That means he had FaceTimed her while he was at my house. So I took this information, and before I approached him, I texted his mother. And I said, hey, what all do you know about Kay in that situation? And she was kind of like hesitant in text. Like she was just like, I don't really know a whole lot. Why, what's going on? And I told her either that or I sent her a screenshot of the message. And I don't even think I addressed him. I think his ass called me. So I was just frazzled. I was like, what is going on? Like, what is this? And he, of course, is explaining it away, and I'm not letting it go. I'm not backing down on this one. I was full of fire. I was pissed. How dare you? Like, who do you think you are? You were in my home FaceTiming her? Like, are you kidding me? And now the tape's playing. Oh, he was looking at his phone suspiciously. He walked away out of the view of my security camera. Like, all of these things started coming into my awareness after the fact. Like, the puzzle pieces came together. So he was really defensive, and he said, listen, I'm sorry I didn't tell you about her. Our relationship has been over for a while. It was more of what he would describe as a sugar mama relationship. She was an older woman, and that he had needed a place to stay, and they had like an agreement. He would come there, and she was like buying things for him or whatever weird situation.
This is even worse. Hey God, what kind of a man is that? No. I don't even want to say what's on my mind.
He said the relationship has been over for a while. I don't feel that way about her, and I had ended things, and I just didn't tell you because I didn't want you to be upset. Once again, I know you're yelling at me. This sounds like a bunch of bullshit, and if I could go back, I'd be like, man, this is not it. But in that moment, it did not feel like that. It did not seem like that. I cannot stress enough, and I will do this multiple times over how long it takes me to tell this story. He is charming. It was insane. And any other woman that he's been with will tell you the same. I've talked to multiple of them at this point in my life. So the charm was on. I was still upset. Like, don't get me wrong. I was like cussing him out. I was crying. I was upset. And I remember him getting upset that I was upset. And he was like, I don't want to talk about this if you're going to be so upset or whatever. And I remember his mom getting on to him. She goes, Rob, you have no right to talk to her that way. You are the one that messed up, and she's just trying to get answers, and she's trying to communicate with you. You better straighten up. You know better than that. And in my mind, I'm clocking. I'm like, okay, so she's getting on his ass. She's holding him accountable. She knows that he did something wrong, and I'm just trying to find out, and I'm upset. Like, I'm going to let you know I'm upset. This is an important moment. When she got onto him and she was like fussing at him and really like, you're wrong and she is right, in my mind, that sealed a deal of trust in this woman that I had. That's going to come into play a lot later on in the story, so keep that in mind. Now, I now trust.
One thing we should always remember is a mother will always side with her child. Do you know what's even coming to my mind? Maybe in her absence, the mother might even be telling the man, you've seen a responsible woman. Why don't you make it work with this one? Leave the other ones. Go with this one. I'm telling you. Women.
Her because she didn't brush it off. She was getting on her son for being deceitful. Okay, last part for the day, not for the day, for the morning at least. Let's go into, what is it, 11?
Guys. No, my heart is literally going out for this woman, to her rather, because I can imagine what it must have been for her. She hasn't she was yet to feel love like that. In her mind, she has fallen in love, not knowing she was being manipulated. I guess she didn't have what to compare it with. Oh, I'll see you guys in part 11. Don't forget to like and subscribe.